This is the Phillies POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
And welcome to Locked On Phillies POSTCAST and the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. It is fantastic to have you along for the ride. I got you covered for each and every postcast. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. How about this? Your Philadelphia Phillies, ladies and gentlemen, found this to be funny. Now, tonight they win their fifth in a row. They go up 12 games in the division, which is I just bring that up just because it's hilarious. 12 games up on the Mets. Well, the Mets are losing right now. Looks like they're going to lose. Looks like the magic number is quickly going to go from 4 to 3, which is fantastic. But how about this? Phillies win their fifth in a row. Phillies have won, 12 of their last 15. That's pretty good. Phillies, how about this? Going into tonight, the Phillies were 8-2 in their last 10 games. Only two other teams in baseball going into tonight. This is just how sports are funny. Only two other teams in all of Major League Baseball had won 8 out of their last 10. Do you know who those teams are? They ain't the Brewers. They're not the San Francisco Giants. You know who they are? The last place Orioles and the last place White Sox. Phillies, Orioles, and White Sox are the only teams to win 8 of their last 10. Baseball's a funny game. And it just shows you that things can turn around in the blink of an eye. And on any given game day, any team can win. But the Phillies, since that series against the New York Mets where they got swept, have not lost back-to-back games. They have gone 12-3 over those 15 games, including the win tonight over the Kansas City Royals. And now they have a new guy on the mound that looks poised to help them out. Let's talk about our player of the game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Give it up for your boy, newly minted Philly, Walker Buehler, who picks up the win. Overall, his 8th on the season. He was 7-7 when he was released by the Boston Red Sox, and he went out there and did his thing for 5 innings tonight, 90 pitches, 3 strikeouts, 5 hits, just 1 walk issued. I thought he was great tonight. For what you need in this rotation towards the end of this season, he was great. You need someone else to go in there, fill in as, to round out the rest of this rotation without Zach Wheeler as the season goes on, a struggling Taijuan Walker maybe after one great start, Aaron Nola comes back down to earth a little bit. This is the perfect guy to have at the back end of this rotation to help you through this push into the postseason. And since his last start, now, he made a start for the Red Sox on the 19th. Then he came out of the bullpen around the 29th, I think it was. It should be the 23rd. I think he made the start for the Red Sox. And then he pitched on the 29th out of the bullpen. All right. Then he got released. He makes one minor league start for the Phillies, and he's right back in a major league rotation. And he's right back in a major league rotation with a change of scenery, 5 innings, 1 run. How about that? It kind of reminds me of another fairly recent acquisition that the Phillies made that at the deadline, they didn't, maybe he's really not going to give you a lot. Harrison Bader, maybe. Now, yet to see whether or not he's going to have the prolonged success at the end of the season that Harrison Bader has had to this point as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. But hey, 5 innings, 1 run, hell of a start there for our player of the game, Walker Buehler. Throws the knuckle curve tonight. Loved what I saw from that. Had good velo on the fastball, 94, 95 miles per hour. That was great to see. Then you also saw a couple of instances there where whatever he was doing tonight, he was getting guys to chase that high fastball out of the zone, keeping them off balance in that regard. So that was awesome. And then again, using the knuckle curve to get out of a couple of jams, had some good defense behind him tonight as well. This is as good as you could expect a guy to come out and make his new team debut, if you will, and help the Phillies cause. And how about this? Keep the fun rolling, man. When you join a team that is on a roll, for instance, a team that had won 11 of their last 14 coming into tonight's game before you make your debut, you're in the dugout last night. You're seeing all the festivities, all the fun, all the good times had by this Phillies. You want to add to that immediately. Talk to any former baseball player that has been in this situation, and I've interviewed my fair share of them at this moment. They all talk about that same thing. Once you get in there, man, you just want to add to the fun. You don't want to detract from the fun. You don't want to hurt the momentum. These guys have something great going. You want to come in there. You want to join the party. Well, Walker Buehler, welcome to the party, pal. How about that? Now, as far as the turning point of tonight.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
So, Phillies tonight go down 1-0. One run was allowed there in that first inning by Walker Buehler. It's a shame. It's a real shame. Then the Phillies come out there in the second inning. Rafael Marchand gets the RBI sac fly. How about the bottom of the order? We'll go through it in a second, but he gets the first RBI of the night there for the Phillies. He ties things up at 1. You felt like it was going to turn in the Phillies' direction. Like the Phillies have just been too hot. It's hard to watch the Phillies and go, they're going to lose this game, especially to a team like the Kansas City Royals, who I have respect for a lot of guys on their team, but, it's not like you're playing the hot San Francisco Giants or the Brewers again, or a division rival in the Mets, even though we just witnessed that 4-game series be rather easy. But you see him go out there, and you get the first run of the game there by Rafael Marchand in the second inning. Then in the third inning, the turning point, as far as I'm concerned, is Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper steps up there after the Kyle Schwarber walk. Now, there have been numerous instances in the Mets series where Kyle Schwarber had gotten on base and Bryce Harper rolled over on one, struck out. He didn't hit him where they ain't. Instead, he hit him to where exactly they were. And it didn't work out for Bryce Harper. So he steps up in that third inning after the leadoff walk by Kyle Schwarber, and I'm crossing my fingers that he makes something happen here. Put it in the gap, have another wall banger. The Phillies had a couple of those, especially later in the ball game there in the fourth inning. But Bryce Harper just do something special. And Bryce Harper gets a 1-2 sinker down in the nitro zone, goes oppo-boppo, left center field, 400 feet. He takes that sinker for the 2-run home run, 3-1 Phillies lead. At that time, they get one more run with Otto, I can't stop hitting Kemp. Automatic, for those that indulge that nickname. And he gets another run, and really from that Harper home run on, it just felt like, okay, the rest of this is a formality. Walker Buehler, keep doing your thing. Lineup, keep doing your thing. Bullpen, don't blow it, because Walker Buehler isn't going to go more than 5-6 innings. He had 90 pitches through 5 innings. That's a amount for him, considering his recent struggles there, and also trying to get back into full-blown starter shape and all that stuff, stretched out and all that, what do you call it? Remember, he had that bullpen outing in his last outing for the Red Sox, and then he had the minor league start where I think he only went 4 or 5 innings, and then he came out tonight, gave you 5 innings, 90 pitches. Fantastic. Then you also see this from the Phillies as they add on to it in the fourth inning. Again, it started in the third with Bryce Harper's 2-run home run, his 26th home run of the season. Phillies are able to tack on 2 more runs there in the fourth inning to build it to a 6-1 lead. Bryson Stott makes some good things happen there with his 11th home run of the season. That one coming in the 7th inning to give them their 7th and 8th runs of the game. But that one fell swoop, that 1-2 pitch, that sinker to Bryce Harper that he just went down and got and went opposite field with it, it was great. The other thing was later in the ball game there, I want to say it was the 8th inning, Bryce Harper stepped to the plate. This is where he ended up grounding out to short. And I thought when I saw the contact or right before he made contact, I should say, I thought this ball has a chance. He has a chance to go with this pitch. Again, oppo-boppo for another home run in this game. And it looked like he just missed it. And I just went, could have had that one. And then who had the same exact thought as I did, and maybe you did, sitting at home watching this game? Bryce Harper had that same exact thought. Because if you see Bryce Harper on that play, he grounds out, and he runs through the bag, and then he slams his helmet down with all frustration. I think he thought that he should have had that one as well. But bottom line is, look, just take a gander at this, okay? I mentioned just you keep hitting. Otto Kemp, another 2 hits today. Max Kepler, another 2 hits today. Harrison Bader, another 2 hits today. This was just so much fun to follow this lineup throughout the ball game tonight. And look, Michael Lorenzen, who we know in Philadelphia, had a brief stint with the Phillies. He had the no-hitter. After that no-hitter, where he threw 124 pitches, he wasn't the same guy. He got shelled. If there was ever a case for don't let a guy throw 124 pitches in a game, that's the case right there. You knew going into this one, he had an ERA of 4.60 going into this game. You knew the Phillies were going to have their opportunities to get some hits, to get some base knocks, to get some home runs, to drive in some runs, and they took full advantage of that. If not the Bryce Harper home run, I don't consider this to be the turning point of the game, but I certainly consider this to be the seal the deal moment of the game, and that was that fourth inning. That started out with Rafael Marchand getting the double, the leadoff double, bangs it off the wall in right field. Harrison Bader steps up and just does what he's just been doing, which is bang it off the wall in right field for another base knock. That one was the Yastrzemski misplay where it kind of Karen passed there in right field. Then Schwarber came up with the 2-run double for another RBI for him. 124 now on the season. Lorenzo's out at that point. Lynch comes in. Phillies had another opportunity to have some damage done in that inning, but that'd be it. They have a double play, and they also have a fielder's choice. That ends that inning in the fourth, but the damage 6-1 had been done as far as that went. This was a blast. As far as
this is what you'll be talking about.
If I had to venture to guess what you might be discussing tomorrow, it might be the fact that the Phillies just can't stop winning. I think you'd also venture to guess that the Phillies are, as I look at the Mets score, it has gone final. The Phillies' magic number officially now down to 3. The Texas Rangers put a hurting on the struggling New York Metropolitans in an 8-3 victory for the Rangers, loss for the Mets. Jacob deGrom, thank you, sir. Put his old team over his knee a wee bit in 7 strong innings, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run. 88 pitches through 7 innings did deGrom against the New York Mets. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's a real sad moment there for the New York Mets. So that's just a sight for sore eyes is what that is. Phillies, again, go to 12 games in first place. Phillies go and shrink their magic number down to 3. This is what we're here for, folks. This is a fun September. This is a fun September. 14 hits. Did I mention that yet? I think I did. I showed the thing with the thing. Yeah, the box score. 14 hits. Yeah, that's fun. 8 runs batted in. Yeah, that's fun. How about this one? 5 hits with runners in scoring position. That, too, is a whole lot of fun. We'll break it down further when we return. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast, including your comments. Locked On Phillies Postcast and the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. I'm back right after this. Now let me tell you about Nutrafol. Nutrafol, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic. You've probably seen millions of ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. Come on. There's so many products out there, it's hard to know exactly which ones are actually going to do anything for you. That's why you should give Nutrafol a closer look. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. And it's not just hype. This is a supplement clinically tested that targets the root causes of thinning and shedding with proactive approach. How about that? Nutrafol. See thicker, stronger hair with less shedding in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering Locked On MLB listeners and Locked On MLB viewers as well $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB at Nutrafol.com. Promo code LOCKEDONMLB. And how about FanDuel? Baseball players around the corner. NFL season well upon us at this point. That's right. FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets across the app to use on the FanDuel app. Love using FanDuel because it fits however you want to bet in that particular night, that particular game, whatever it might be. Player props, same-game parlays, or jumping in on the live action as it all unfolds. Makes every game even more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup with FanDuel. It's quick. It's easy. It's the best way to add a little bit more energy to your game days. So what are you waiting for? Are you ready? Download the FanDuel app by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. And if it hits, $300 in bonus bets to use across the app on FanDuel.com. Before I get into chat check, this Phillies ball club, there's a vibe. I was talking about it with regard to Walker Buehler. Obviously, you join a team that's doing pretty well. You want to make sure that you contribute right out of the gate. There's a little maybe pressure on you to contribute. Well, he was coming out of struggles. I'm not going to blame it on anything else other than just he wasn't pitching well for the Boston Red Sox. He gets a new shot of life to not only join a a first-place ball club, a playoff-bound ball club, but a place that a lot of players have a blast playing in. For him to make the first impression of 5 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, I think is unbelievably clutch. Now, that might, to some people, seem like an overstatement when an 8-2 Phillies win, but he didn't want to have to overcome a 4-run first inning, a 3-run first inning. He allowed 1 run in the first, and then just kept guys off balance and kept getting outs behind him after that. That was a superb performance by him. Again, our player of the game. Let's get into the chat check and see how your wonderful people are feeling on this fine evening. Jess Patrick, hello. The blue laundry has to go. Or has got to go. Phillies are white with red pinstripes and red. Oh, you're talking about the. Yeah, I consider it like if a Sandlot game broke out in front of Independence Hall during the sign. Like if they celebrated the signing of the Declaration of Independence in a Sandlot baseball game in front of Independence Hall, they'd wear these uniforms. Is that a stretch? Maybe. Joseph Grillo, hello. Cruising in his 5 innings, windows rolled down so his hair can blow. Ice Bader. Now, speaking of a long way to get somewhere, I like it, though. Well, thank you, Joseph. I appreciate it. Jess Patrick, here we go. Our first Buehler reference of the evening. Ferris Bueller's day off. Walker Bueller's day on. I like it. Interesting case study on Harrison Bader changing the entire culture of the team, looking like a bag of Skittles. The bag of Skittles, Seabrook, yeah, I still think the Skittles, certainly the colors that pop to me, it reminds me of 2 things. It reminds me of Saved by the Bell's Open, okay? When I wake up in the morning, okay? Reminds me of Saved by the Bell's Open and a pack of Bubblicious. That's what he reminds me of, the way he dresses. Mets trailing, they lost. There we go, Jess Patrick, thank you. Morgan Landy, just another professional win by the Phightins. I'll take it. Seabrook, Turner, who? Boom, who? Ha-ha. What did we say last night? I said that it's going to be Trey Turner's job to lead off when he comes back. It's Harrison Bader's job right now to make that as tough a decision as possible. It's Harrison Bader's job right now for the foreseeable future, rest of the regular season, until whenever it is Trey Turner can come back, to make it a debate. Oh, Turner's not going to lose his job, but, Bader's been great. See, this right now, this energy to me reminds me a lot of, and I go to this a lot because people talk about how backup quarterbacks don't matter in the NFL. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Nick Foles won the Super Bowl as a backup quarterback. What are you even talking about? Or if a team is very dominant, like that 2017 Eagles team was, and I know this is crossing sports and I don't like to do it, but I'm talking about the energy in the city and the energy with the team in our city. It just feels like next man up mentality. If it's like missing Malcolm Jenkins saying, we all we got, we all we need. That's pretty much it. Is Harrison Bader saying that? I don't know. Is Bryce Harper saying that? I don't know. But that's the feeling to me. And whenever you lose somebody like a Carson, an MVP of the league, by the way, that year, if he doesn't get hurt, whenever you lose somebody like that, or you lose a Cy Young candidate like you lost in Zach Wheeler, or you lose an MVP candidate, at least for the Phillies team, still leading the league in hits, leading the league in average, stolen bases, all that. You lose a guy like that. And by the way, a guy who stepped up his game tremendously defensively in Trey Turner at shortstop. You lose a guy like that, and it kind of gives you that vibe as well. But who's going to step up? I don't like writing any. If I learned anything from the 2017 Eagles, if I learned anything from the 08 Phillies, everyone said about the 08 Phillies, they don't have enough pitching to win. Well, they won. And then the Phillies got like the best pitching staff arguably ever assembled, and they could, barely get out of the first round? That ain't cool. What was that, the second round against the Cardinals? I can't remember. I don't even want to think about it. It hurts me so much. But it's just awesome to follow what they're doing right now. Next man up, all we got, all we need, that type of vibe. I'm here for it in Harrison Bader. Way to be. Bam Man 100, hello. I would have taken 5 innings, 3 to 4 earned runs from Buehler. More than fine with it, absolutely. Mark with a K, C, says hi, Mark with a C, hello. We're on fire at this perfect time. I had the same thought because I was joking about this earlier in the year when the Phillies had some struggles there. And I was like, man, the Phillies are really doing a great job of not peaking too early. And now it's September, and they seem to be peaking at a beautiful time. Good Lord, the Royals hit a lot of foul balls. They did hit a lot of foul balls. Joseph Grillo, hello. Luis Dario, Mets woke up a monster by sweeping at Citi Field, 12-3 record since. How about that? Sosa injury. Yes, I haven't seen anything on that. He left the game after the 7th inning, I want to say. Yes. Meza was pitching. Tolbert hit the single up the middle. Sosa was in pursuit of it. Looked like he pulled up a little lame. I don't see anything on the old social media network. Nada. So far, nada. Marshawn definitely been better the past 2. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Luis Buehler. There we go. We got it out of our system. I'm with you. I love it. Love that movie. Chris Moore, hello. Rangers about to win. They did. Not getting any help from the Cardinals. Right? Come on, Cardinals. Dave, go Phils. Keep the foot on the accelerator. Hell yeah, Dave. Liam, hello. Farzy, it's starting to feel real. Feels very real. Now everyone's selling. Okay, this is right around the time the Mets actually lost, so this is great. Thanks, everybody. Sheepot LC, hello. Very good. Energy from the Phillies. Evelyn! Hello, Evelyn. Leave Hot Tots Bubblicious alone. Hot Tots Bubblicious. Hot Tots Bubblicious. That's a fun nickname. Need to be healthy for October. I agree. Thanks, everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful. Joseph Brennan, I think Harper was pissed at himself for not hustling on that ball. Really? I thought he was pissed because he missed it. I'll go back and look at it. Either way. Don't forget to grab the champagne tomorrow night. Get it nice and cold for Sunday. Jose, how about that? How about that? Little G Griffin. What's going on? Elliot, I missed you too. What's going on? Was pissed? Oh, he was pissed on that great play by Witt, you're saying? That's possible too, but I thought he also just missed it. All right. Unfortunately, I will not be with you guys tomorrow night. I won't be with you guys Sunday. Tomorrow night, wedding, out of town. Sorry. I'm not getting married. I'm going to a wedding. Then Sunday, Eagles coverage. So no Phillies postcast. I'm sorry. Miss Guzzi. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And let's hope the Phillies just keep on rolling. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I got you covered for your Locked On Phillies postcast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys later. Bye.